At least 30% of adults have encountered snoring. That statistic means that if you know of 2 friends who don't snore, you're probably the one who does it. I know that number seems a little scary, but don't panic. Chances are, you already know that you snore, or maybe your significant other does it, otherwise you wouldn't be here to begin with. Before we get to the nits and grits of how to cure it, let's understand what snoring really is. Causes of snoring. The main reason why people snore is because people have too much nasal tissue, which is very prone to vibrate, and is what causes the noise. The tongue's position can also prevent smooth breathing during sleep. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Fortunately, snoring for any sort of reason will have a solution to make it better. Here's a good tip. Be sure to evaluate how and when you snore, so you can determine whether your snoring is within your span of control. These are most common reasons as to why people snore. Age, having a narrow throat, air passage, sinus problems, overweight, smoking and alcohol consumption, sleep posture. Snoring itself is not serious at all, but it can be an indication of sleep apnea, a serious condition that should be medically treated as soon as possible. Sleep apnea is a breathing obstruction and affects your quality of sleep so much more than just regular snoring. If you encounter intense fatigue regularly, you may be at risk of having sleep apnea. Effects of snoring. The fellow who suffers the most from your snoring is the person who sleeps beside you, especially if it resembles the sound of a truck honking every few seconds. Snoring can potentially damage a relationship for this reason, especially if you end up sleeping on the couch. Sleeping in separate rooms may seem to be the simplest solution to snoring, but it can be a lot more damaging to your relationship than it seems. If you have a snoring partner, here are some tips you can bear in mind to actually solve the issue without damaging your relationship. Don't lash out. It's a physical attribute, so be as understanding as you can that it's not something she chooses to do. Don't be insulting. Snoring is something that people tend to find embarrassing, so do approach the subject tactfully and maybe incorporate a bit of humor and teasing to bring it up. Work together. Make it a priority to find a snoring cure so you can both sleep soundly and maintain the closeness in your relationship. If you're the partner who snores, follow these guidelines to deal with complaints about your snoring. Don't be embarrassed. As mentioned before, snoring is a physical issue and it's as common as the common cold. Don't take it personally. No one's trying to attack you for something that isn't your fault, so be understanding and work with your partner to find a relevant cure. Be selfless. Let your partner know that you value your relationship and that you want to address the problem and work together to find a solution. Chances are, your partner's the one who's suffering from your condition. Snoring remedies and treatment. There are plenty of questionable products on the market that claim to cure snoring, but a large majority of them are unproven or ineffective. Curing snoring will be a daunting task, because remedies vary. A remedy may work for some, but it may not necessarily work for you. The important thing here is to just keep trying and don't give up, because there are plenty of remedies out there and you are bound to find the right one. Remember how we told you to evaluate your sleeping habits? Figuring out how you snore funnels the right remedies for you to find a cure quickly and more efficiently. Closed mouth snoring indicates a tongue positioning issue. Open mouth snoring indicates too much nasal tissue in your throat. Snoring while sleeping on your back, a mild problem that can be simply fixed by changing your sleeping position. Here are some simple tweaks you can make in your lifestyle to reduce or even stop snoring as well as other kinds of sleep disorders. Exercise tones the muscles in your throat, which reduces snoring. Quit smoking. This reduces airway blockage and helps you breathe properly when you sleep. Maintain a regular sleep schedule. Getting better sleep at night will help to minimize snoring. Adopting these practices will also help to cure snoring. Keep your nasal passages clear. Clearing a stuffy nose will reduce blockage significantly. Will reduce the unpleasant noise. Nasal decongestants are an effective solution to easy breathing when you sleep. Use a humidifier. Dry air is known to irritate your nasal area and your throat, which will induce snoring. Prop your head up. Elevate your head about 4 to 6 inches to shift your tongue forward and ease your breathing. Sleep on your side. Gravity may push your tongue down and block your air passages, which induces snoring. Sleeping on your side prevents this. The increase in muscle control will reduce snoring. Snoring can be as simple as just making very simple tweaks to your lifestyle or changing a couple of your sleeping habits. However, if your snoring is more severe, you may want to consider consulting a doctor. Medical treatment for snoring. If you are confident that you have done everything you can within your realm of possibilities and you are left with no other option, you can always seek proper medical treatment. CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure. CPAP is a device designed to keep your air passages clear while you sleep in the form of a mask that's worn over your face. Dental appliances. These appliances and devices look like a mouthguard that helps to keep your tongue forward. Surgical procedures can be performed to remove excess nasal tissues. Thermal ablation palate TAP is one of the procedures that you can consider. Snoring is such a common issue that seeking medical help is often redundant. More often than not, snoring can be reduced or even nullified by simply changing your sleeping habits and tweaking your lifestyle. If it is really causing you extreme fatigue and distress, there is a high possibility that your condition may be sleep apnea. If you want to new easy throat exercises to defeat the most stubborn snoring and sleep apnea the very first night, click on the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel to receive all new. Thank you for watching this video.